Hello everyone, this is a presentation made by me, and it's for your future. So, who am I? You may not know me, but we're all learning online, so it makes it harder to meet new people, make new friends, but my name is Daniela Rojas Hernandez. I'm 20 years old. I'm a UW college student. I'm majoring in education, minoring in Japanese. I'm also Hispanic, so I speak Spanish and English, and I'm also a CCRA for Chinook Middle School. And what does CCRA stand for? It stands for College and Career Readiness Assistant. Right now, I'm an intern, meaning I'm just kind of job shadowing people, helping, being an assistant. And had this been a normal school year, I probably would be on Chinook Middle School. I'd be working with the middle school counselors. I'd probably be working with the college and career specialist. Maybe creating events for you guys, like college and career fairs, bringing in experts on specific jobs or colleges, or just maybe talking to you guys about College Bound Scholarship and how you should sign up for it, or questions that you may have, because after high school, who knows what the future may bring. You don't know what you want to do. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just liked to go on field trips and miss class. So it's like, what? I was at my dream school and I did not know. Fun story. I was in middle school and I was a really smart kid. Sometimes I was a little bit like confused on things, so I don't know. I would not ask, and so I feel like maybe that was a little bit dumb. But as a middle schooler, I loved to go on field trips. I still do. I like to go to places where I can learn or just have fun. I can hang out with my friends, eat lunch, and actually ask my mom for to buy me a Lunchable and not have to get school cold food. But I could go on a field trip, miss class, not do homework for the day, and I didn't know, but there was this one time where we went on a field trip. It was, I think, towards the end of the year, where everybody, like, if you did good, you got this award where you could just miss class for a day and go to a field trip. And this field trip, we happened to go to Seattle, and we went to the University of Washington. Of course, back then I was like, oh, it's another field trip. I get to miss class. That's cool. Get to hang out with my friends. Great. And I didn't even know it was a college. I didn't know what a college was. And that it makes me realize now that there were probably questions that in middle school that I should have started asking, because even right now I'm still learning and other people know more than I do. And sometimes it just makes me feel like I could have asked questions. And there's a picture of me when I was in 6th grade, and this is a little library at the University of Washington. I was so oblivious. I didn't know what that was. I was like, ooh, pretty building. Let's take a picture. Fun fact, there's a room inside Suzzallo Library that most people refer to as like the Harry Potter room because it looks like Hogwarts. It's right there. And then fast forward to high school. I'm in high school. It's probably the last stop. I know this is the school where I'm going to graduate from. Yeah, that's really about it. I'm gonna graduate and then I don't know what to do. I was still in high school and I didn't know what to do, but I knew I could find a part-time job, and so that's what I did. But then after I got my part-time job, I realized this is not a job I want to do forever. I don't know if this is for me. It's nice that I could save up money and have things to spend on like clothes, shoes, video games, but I like to do other things, and I thought maybe I could do something out of that. And so I was always super confused on what I wanted to do or what I wanted to be, because that's really like a big question when you go to high school. You're like, what do you want to do? Where are you going? Do you know what school you're gonna go? Do you know what job you want to get? But I didn't know. I was just like, I just don't want to work here no more, but I want money. Um, and so that's why I think it's a good thing that we're learning about this today. So, there are things I like to do. What did it mean? There are so many things that I started in middle school that as a college student, I now realize I could have done something out of it. Of course, it chose a completely different path. But you got to think about it. You have different things you like to do. You could probably apply them to your future. I remember joining my school orchestra, and that's where I started to learn to play the violin. And as a college student, I still wanted to play the violin with a group, so I joined my school, one of the school orchestras, and so that's fun. I took a photography class, and I still like to take pictures. I still need to save up for a camera, so that's on my to-do list. But in high school, I remember I started an Instagram account just for random pictures that I like to take. I know I was a little bit too shy to actually post them on my main account, so I was like, you know what, we can create another Gmail account or something, or I don't know, make another account, put it under a totally different name so nobody knows it's actually me. And even now, I'll just like take a walk with my dog, and then I see something that I like, and I take a picture, and I was like, you know, let's post it here. I took an art drawing class, and I learned I can draw too. I have younger brothers, and one of my younger brothers is really good at drawing, and it made, like, I thought, you know what, he can draw pictures, I can just play music. But there was one time where I needed like an elective, and so I thought, you know what, let's take art. Since we're already taking a music class, might as well. And it was fun, really fun. I learned how to shade, I learned how to draw a pumpkin that looked super realistic, and I'm honestly super proud of. But, you know, now I like to buy notebooks where I can just draw random things. And I also remember helping others in clubs and with homework if I finished early, or just helping my teachers. In high school and college, I mentored and tutored and helped students with their classes and homework. So even though I like to do all of these things, I still wasn't sure what I wanted to do. But my legs had potential. There were future careers. Option A, we could find a job related to what I like to do and make that money. That means working experience. Or option B, we could go to school after I graduate high school and just learn more and maybe get that college experience versus the working experience. But it's all up to you. You have so many options. There's probably more options than just this, but this is what I'm giving and listing as examples. Remember how I said I liked to play the violin, or how I started to play the violin in middle school? Well, you could think about it, and I could have gone to school and I could have majored in music. I could have become like my teacher and be a conductor. I could join a group and play music and make money. I could even make music. There are jobs. You can be a conductor. You can be an instrument player like the violin or cello, percussion, band, anything, honestly. Like, if you look at this picture right now, let me get my laser. This group right here, these are all performers. They all play an instrument, and then probably this little guy right there, that's the conductor. But they're playing for an audience where they get paid to play, and people are paying to go see them. So you could also go to school, major in music, conducting, music history, music theory, and composition. There are so many majors. We'll probably learn about majors another time if you have questions about that. But this is the Seattle Philharmonic. It's an orchestra at a concert, and it's here in Seattle. Remember how I said I liked to take pictures? I started an Instagram account in middle school, or actually high school. I forgot. But I made an Instagram account. And I still take pictures. I could, if I wanted to, make a side business. I could create my own business by taking pictures. I mean, this is a picture that I just got off, like, the newspaper, specifically the New York Times. It's an article on, I think it says, the fashion photographer who became like a photographer. And it's just a picture on there, but you have to, that's probably a job. Like, someone took that picture and they were paid just to take that picture for that specific article. And so, you know, jobs could be like they mean you could start a business after you know your potential in photography, how much you can take, how good you're at it. You could join a company that needs a photographer. You could be part of a newspaper by only taking pictures, someone else can do the writing. You don't have to worry about it for now. And then if you want to go to school instead, you could probably learn about like business, how to create your own business, how it works, maybe how to make a photography business bigger. You could major in photography and media, graphic design, journalism. Sometimes you think journalism and you think that maybe it's only writing, but there are different things you can learn about, but photography could be a job. And then we have art and drawing. You can be an artist if you put your time and effort into your drawings and just maybe being a content creator. That could be your job. You could probably just focus on making your art better, studying to make it better. You could sell your art on places like Etsy, be featured in a museum perhaps. If you feel like you can do it, you could probably make comics for like Marvel, or this one place where I like to read online comics is Webtoons. You could also go to school, major in drawing or painting or ceramics or art history. You could also be a graphic design major, probably even like art gallery management. This is the Museum of Modern Art in New York. It features so many artists. You can tell how there's just so many different styles of drawings. Like this one looks, I don't know about art, but it looks like colors and shapes. This one's also shapes. This one looks a little bit more realistic, but it's art. People pay for art. The museum, people pay to go to the museum. This is an artist. He is known as Steve Ditko. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Hopefully I said it right, but he is known for drawing so many comics alongside Stan Lee. And then the final route of all the things I listed that I liked to do. I liked tutoring. So, once it came to like going to college, I decided that I wanted to major in education at UW. But I thought of becoming maybe a teacher assistant after graduating high school, because once you graduate after high school, you could honestly go to like a preschool and be like an assistant there. You don't have to go to college. You could find a job working for a school where you can probably work at an office, maybe do something else. But you could be a teacher, counselor, an art teacher, a music teacher, a librarian, probably work in like school district administration. If you decide to go to school, like college, you could major in education. Honestly, major in anything you want, like biology, maybe engineering, maybe art history, and teach that. You can also major in education administration, where you can maybe go for bigger. Maybe you want to be like the superintendent of like the district. It's all your choice. For now, I just want to be a teacher or work as a counselor, maybe an advisor. See, even now, I'm still a little confused, but at least I'm on the right path and I know I have options. And from there, I can just figure it out somehow. I know I'm on like on a time limit since I'm like a college student. I'm graduating soon, but don't stress about it. You have time and you can decide whatever you want to do. So this is me. This is me at my college learning to be a future advisor for students. Of course, there are so many options where, how I said, I wanted to probably graduate and just be a preschool assistant, but I decided to go option B and go to college, where I decided to like major in education. This is a picture of me and my mom. I'm showing her around the school, and then you could kind of see Suzalu Library in the back. Remember how I was in 6th grade and I took a picture of the library. I didn't even know what it was. Well, it's there again, but now I'm actually part of the school. This is a picture on my way to class, and then the last picture, I'm in one of my education classes, probably learning about education or learning styles and theories. And I think I was trying to take a picture of the board, but we're not really allowed to have phones out, so it kind of looks really whack, but that's my class. So now it comes down to your future. I listed my likes and what it could mean for the future. I could have become an artist, a photographer, or even a musician, but I chose to become a future educator. You don't have to decide now. You still have time, but it's also a good thing to start thinking about what you can do for the future. Maybe you don't have to decide on, I like to draw, so I'm gonna be an artist. You can think of it as like, I like to draw, this could be a potential, and if I like to do it, I'll just do it. If you like to do sports, continue to do sports. There were so many things that I wish I could have probably started in middle school so that I could like maybe continue those things even as hobbies, even if they just have to be hobbies now. But now that I'm older, I'm a bit more busy, so I don't have as much time to really learn the things that I could have learned in middle school. It also makes me realize how, like I said, there are questions that I had that I wish I could have asked back then, so I would maybe have time for other things. So it's nice to start thinking about things now. I have a friend, and his name is Jackie. He decided to become a chef right after high school. So he went what I would say option A. He graduated high school and called it done. He moved to California to go to like a cooking school. But then after that, he realized that he wasn't really learning a lot since there were things he already knew how to do. So he decided to not go to the cooking school, and he actually found a really good job at a restaurant in LA called Momofuku. And, it went really well from there. It's a really actually a famous restaurant where, sometimes people like Adele actually, I don't know what you call it. It's like renting out, but not really. It feels bad to say she rented out the cooking staff, but that's kind of what it did. Catering. Basically, she had Momofuku cater for her for a party, so my friend Jackie asked for celebrities like Adele. And then we have other people like my friend Tim who continued on to school and learned about medicine. He has been in college for 6 years now, and he's about to graduate and start an internship at a hospital, meaning he still hasn't gotten his career or set job. He's still on his path to getting there, but he decided to become a doctor, or I think a pharmacist, but it's in the medical field. I'm in the education field. They're completely different, but that's what he decided to do, and it seems like he's having a good time doing what he likes to learn about. So, what do you like to do?